to debate an issue that I believe in, and I won't sit here to question them on what have to be done, what need to be done, because it's my job as elected representative in here to have done that job for them, to take us to where we have to go. So I don't need to come in here and question you about what plans and what you need to do. Because if I do that, then I failed as a representative of the people in here to question you today. Because the people put me in here, and I'm not doing the things that I would have to ask you to do in order for us to go independent. Madam Chair, when I listen to some of my colleagues in here who believe in independence and criticize certain issues, all of us in here need to take blame for a lot of things. While the Dutch put a hand only on justice and the finance, what it is we was doing for healthcare, what it is we was doing for education, what it is we were doing for the rights of our people in this country, while the Dutch only put focus on two things. Why didn't we fix those things? To prove to them that we could fix the other things that they want to put their hands on too. So we all got a lot of questions to question ourselves. But I believe that we must go independent no matter what. No one thing has to be fixed before we go independent. Because there was no country in the world had everything fixed before they went independent. And they are still independent today. And the greatest country we talk about, America. Look who's running now to be president. And he's talking about making America great again. And everybody's running scared of he trying to make it great. So they have their problems as an independent nation. And I believe that even if we're independent tomorrow, we're going to have problems. But we as a people would be proud to be independent, just like everyone else. And I think it's unfortunate that others who come to this country to make St. Martin their home is limiting it for we, the St. Martin people, in our own country. And yes, I welcome all of them with open arms for everyone. But there must be some respect and understanding for the St. Martiners who would love to be independent, just like them in their country, what they had. And I believe if we go independent, we're going to even make it greater, because we are independent on our own to make the sacrifice and the choices that we need to do. That is what I believe in. I don't believe that is going to fail. It would never fail, because if it fails, we fail. And we are not a failing people. We are not. Madam Chair, I am very happy for supporting independence every time a referendum comes. But I believe the time has come for us who believe in independence to put our money where our mouth is. The reason for this is, and it's very important, if we don't put the money to educate our people, no government ain't gonna do it for you. It is difficult to get money out of a government in order to put it to educate the people about independence. We know how it works. They will find all sorts of excuses. All sorts of excuses. Why not to? But we the people, I am willing to put my money where my mouth is, to put towards to educate independence for St. Martin. And all of us must contribute to it. All of us who believes in it. Because we could sit here and talk how loud we want. Without money to educate, to bring the message ain't going too far. It ain't going too far. But I will rest assured though, if it was those who control the economy who were sitting there and telling all the people going independent because they got the money, you'd have seen how quick everybody would have been behind all of them. You would have seen how many of us would have been flying behind of them. But have no fear. I who believe in independence, we're going to get there. And I do believe before I die and go, I'm going to see it. Because it's going to be the last thing I continue to fight for independence. While yes, I heard my colleague talk about other 23 members over there. Yes, I understand that. But I do believe that St. Martin must be independent as one country, French and Dutch. Because they too are dying over there and disappearing faster than they think. Faster than they think. But I believe we're going to see it. But we must continue the fight. And don't leave only today to come to Parliament. I believe we must continue to educate our people. We must. And education is the key to any success of a people. It is. It is. And I listened to the Prime Minister. I ain't gonna go too much details into it. But the Prime Minister who sits there now, both of us are very close in conversation. And he have been expressing certain things to me while he is the Prime Minister. And I do hope that he come out and tell the people the things that he are now seeing forehand, what is happening in this country. I don't want him to hold it, and I'm going to pull him out on this, because he owe it to the people to tell the people the truth. Sitting in that seat as Prime Minister, the experience he's experiencing. Why so more that I believe we must go independent.
Life is a journey, full of connections. You're in safe hands, even when life starts too soon. You don't have to miss a single beat. When a bad hair day makes you sad, just sharing can bring you joy and more to come. They take the plunge, turn fear into faith, while you capture those beautiful moments. In the game of life, it's family that counts. They'll be there even when you lose. We all have our moments of reflection and hope. And when you feel you're losing everything in life, we're there, because there's more to come. When life starts too soon, you don't have to miss a single beat. We're here to connect you and share life. Telcel, when you want.
Need a loan that's quick and easy. Island Finance. Up to 50,000 guineas real easy. Island Finance. For education, yes. A renovation. That's no problem. Yes, it's true. That's not all. They're quick and friendly too. Island Finance. Appliances, vacations, even fix your car. You can depend on Island Finance.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
We were born to be free and make our own decisions. And yes, St. Martin will make our mistakes. We will make our mistakes the same way the United States have made their mistakes. France have made their mistakes. Holland has made their mistakes. And one of the biggest mistakes that all of them can tell you today is slavery that they have made. But they made that mistake. They lived through it and they realized that the atrocity that they did to black people is something that was not right. Economically, no, we're an asset. Of course, St. Martin is an asset, as is Curacao, Aruba, Bonaire, and the territories that you have based on the economic world that we live in. But what does that do for the people that live within these territories? We are property, because if the country is an asset, the people of that country is a property. No more, no less. You give us a passport, and we feel because we have the passport, and you give us a little status saying separate status, and we're equal partners, and you dress it up. Well, you can't be half pregnant. You're either pregnant or you're not. You're either free or you're not. And again, St. Martin, we would like to walk with the kingdom to get out of this quagmire that we're in. But it must be known that we are prepared to go the distance to give, for us to get what is our right. And the same way that at one point they fought Belgium for their freedom, so they can be free and declare themselves as independent, an independent country, where the decisions that are made in The Hague are made by their people. We are asking for the same right. What is so wrong in that? What is so wrong with the people saying we want to be in charge of our own destiny? So again, I want to commend the foundation for their efforts, and the president of the foundation made a very interesting statement, and it puts it in perspective. You stated that St. Martin has 120 different nationalities, of which the St. Martiner is not one of those nationalities. I think that is the ideal perspective. We are the last tribe of Shabazz. We are in the wilderness that Moses talked about, that's in the Bible, the biblical Bible, the people that are in the lost in the wilderness, that don't know where they came from and don't know where they're going. That is us. That is us. And fear should not be the only reason that we do not seize what is rightfully ours, our God-given right. The same way that they have claimed their God-given right, that they make their decisions, we should be entitled to claim our God-given right. Because we are all mankind under the eyes of God. We're all mankind under the eyes of God. So I want to tell you, keep up the fight, and you have my backing 120% as far as independence is concerned, because I will rather be a free man in my grave than to live on this earth as a slave. Thank you.
oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Bob, I can understand why you're parking so carefully. Of course, when you can get 80% discount on your Be Sure car insurance. But that's overdoing it, Bob.
Are you be sure? Be sure.
Yeah!
Here we go. This is freedom, this is life. Happiness is all I'm seeking. Carpe diem, I'm seizing every day, not just the weekend. Here's to all the good times that have come to last. Here's to living in the now.
When you can afford what you crave, life just gets so
So
good.
alive and I'm feeling good, so good, so good, so good. Hey, I'm gonna live my life, feeling good, so good, real good, so
KFC, so good for everyone.
These are the doors that never close. These are the hands that make a difference. These are the walls that could tell countless stories of helping and healing, of storms weathered, of change and growth, of a place where life begins, where hearts are mended, and where hope grows stronger. For more than a quarter of a century, the physicians, medical professionals, and staff of St. Martin Medical Center have combined advanced medical technology and compassionate care to bring a world of medicine to our friends, neighbors, and visitors to the island of St. Martin we all call home. As proud as we are of what we have accomplished, we believe there is still much work to do to continue a proud tradition of providing everyone in our community with the latest technology, the best medicine, and the most exceptional care. St. Martin Medical Center, celebrating 25 years of serving, caring, healing.
Independence by 2020. But I'm also very critical as to the reasons why. And it was a very heated discussion last night with my friend Suja on the radio program that we had, but a very healthy debate also. And I don't want you to get me wrong, because I'm very critical when it comes to making a decision for a country based on emotion. Very critical. And I told my friend last night, the simple reason to go independence just because we are a colony is not good enough for me. It's not good enough for me. 40 years ago, 100 years ago, 50, 60 years ago, I understand that reason. But I listened to the opening statement of the president, and he said that St. Martin is suffering. And St. Martin people is suffering. They are making between 1,000 to 3,000 guilders, and we are suffering. So my first question is, in your opinion, why are we suffering? Is it because we are a colony, or is it because of bad governance? Why are we suffering? And then I had a brief discussion also with Mr. Friday in the government building. When I told him, I said, I ain't really checking this election thing, you know. And he said, you should, because it determines the direction where your country is going. So my question that I'm asking is, are we going to be better off independent than what we are right now? Are we going to be better off in healthcare? Are we going to be better off in education? Are we going to be better off? And the reasons I need to know Why and how? Because what is it that we can do being independent that we can't do now? What is it that we can't do now to better ourselves now? Second to that, yes, you are absolutely correct. 10, 10, 10, 6 years on. 6 years on. And we are building a country, and we are building it from scratch. From the ground up, we are building it. No infrastructure. Very little expertise. We are building a country, so we will have drawbacks. Everything was left in Curacao. In terms of the buildings, in terms of the expertise, in terms of the monies, everything still remained there, and they themselves are still finding it hard. But we are 6 years old. 6 years old. All the Americans, the Canadas, and the Englands, and the Hollands, they are hundreds of years old, and they are still having problems. Still having problems. My other question is, and this goes to the Secretary, Dr. Rhoda Arundel, through you, Madam Chair. You mentioned that you said that St. Martin is almost the same size as our neighboring islands, St. Kitts and Nevis. You made mention to something like that. When you mention St. Martin, which part of St. Martin are you really talking about? Are you talking St. Martin? Are you talking North or South St. Martin? Because if you're talking South St. Martin, we are 16 square miles. 16. St. Kitts is 64. So which side exactly are you talking about? Now, when I listen to my colleagues, we can safely say you have a majority of individuals among the 15 members of parliament who's in favor of it.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
I still have personally in my own discussions with persons to deal with a matter of our people in St. Martin really accepting the fact that we should become independent. Because whenever I talk about it, they tell me I'm crazy or what are you talking about? We are not ready yet. And they refer to the government, to our behavior as well. The way you guys are behaving today, tomorrow, if we get independent, then we're in trouble. That's what I'm told. I cannot speak for my other colleagues. So it places a burden, I would use, on my person, and all of us in government too. How do we get that trust? Because if the people are not willing to be part of an independent St. Martin, then we as the legislators, as the one who should be the torch bearers, will have a difficult task. Also, we have to accept the fact that we have many nationalities living here. And the reality is that many of them are pleased with how things are in St. Martin at present. Another aspect that we are dealing with also is that too often those that come here are told that you're not from here, or even though you're born here, but you're found out from here, so you're not a St. Martiner. These are the realities we must deal with in order to ensure that we get the cooperation of all to be accepted. I will not mention the nationality, but some years ago I was driving on Colby side and I was told, do you have a particular, let me say organization, just to avoid saying the name, in that area? And I said, no, I don't know about it. But you know why? Because that particular nationality, they're the only one who go there. But our people don't even know it existed. I didn't know it existed, and I drive the road very often. But again, they said, well, because we are born here, but we're not considered to be from here. So we keep ourselves separate. Now, how do you build a country if you don't deal with that first? The issue of division amongst ourselves. You from here, you from there, whatever. And that's a problem. The issue is, we want to become independent. And I tell you, as I said in the beginning, 1994, I voted independent. In 2000, I voted independent. That was my mindset.